In late April, on April the 28th, I visited a cat colony not too far from these coordinates. The cat colony, initially at first glance, is a clearing in an underdeveloped area of this island, near a quiet road surrounded by wilderness and marshlands. The entrance to this clearing has about 4 or 5 large boulders designed to prevent entry of large vehicles such as trucks and vans, because on this particular island, it's not uncommon, especially in the 1970s and 80s, for private waste contractors to pocket the waste permit cash and to essentially dump garbage in any wilderness area, basically just to, make an extra buck. And I'm sure sometimes perhaps office staff were simply trying to avoid, or perhaps management staff at various offices or manufacturing facilities were simply trying to avoid, even going about getting a waste contractor involved. So, you find a wilderness clearing, a nice clearing in the middle of nowhere surrounded by trees. You pull your truck into there, you dump some couches. I did not want to enter that area out of fear of getting tetanus or getting attacked or scratched up by a cat. However, upon getting my tetanus booster shot, I do look forward to exploring that particular area a little more closely. And so I do advise you to subscribe to my channel because at some point in the not too distant future, definitely before the summer is over, we will be exploring that cat colony more closely. Furthermore, before we play the clip, the video for the cat colony footage is quite shaky, and the excuse that I have for that is simply because I was using the microphone on the back of my Garmin Verb Elite action camera. This is not very conducive for steady footage. So, for future reference, I've learned that I definitely want to have an external microphone, a separate dedicated microphone, either Bluetooth earbuds linked to a Bluetooth audio recorder on my phone, or believe it or not, the Samsung smartphones have a recording app with an interview mode. And in interview mode, it only enables the top microphone, which is why I'm able to talk into the top of my phone. The sound is as good as it gets, whereas in normal mode, I believe it employs the bottom microphone, perhaps all of them, and it does pick up a lot of background noise, ambient noise. I do like the idea of using the Bluetooth audio recorder, which actually we do have another video on how that works because as it turns out, at least in the case of a Samsung Android phone, the built-in voice recorder apps do not automatically route audio from a Bluetooth microphone. But without further ado, I present to you the cat colony. Has anybody heard about the new Gundam series? No, I'm not talking about Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Season 2, which, by the way, Episode 2 comes out today. So exciting. Can't wait to check it out. But nah, the new Gundam series, Gundam Hello Kitty. Instead of a space colony, they have a cat colony. More like a space-born version of what we have here. I'm going to name this black cat Dark Fluff. To the right, we got off brown, then we got gray Fluff, we got Oreo, who reminds me of a real cat I once known, whose name was also Oreo, may he rest in peace. I liked Oreo because he had a bit of an attitude problem, but I saw it as a sign of a strong spirit. And the cat respected me, I respected them, we got along pretty well, and I encouraged that cat to be well-spirited, I'd go to slap that cat a pound, and that fellow would just like slap me back with its claws. Pretty badass. So anyway, Mr. Fluff, would you like to say anything? Alright, well, you enjoy the lovely weather out here. Don't make a mess. Don't get tetanus. We got some running water right here. We got a combination of marshland and what I believe we would call tributaries. It's places like this I wish I had a raft. Like some kind of, really strong inflatable raft. Something I can carry on a cargo rack or in a backpack. Maybe like with a portable pump. Maybe I could use the same pump I use to fill my tires. It would only take an hour or two. And, I think it would be cool if we could like pump a raft up, stick our bicycles onto it, traverse bodies of water. Then at the other end we can continue biking, maybe leave the raft tied up somewhere, come back to it later. I would probably use such a methodology to make it to New Jersey. Now what I'm doing here right now is looking for turtles. Typically, you're more likely to find a turtle in Clove Lake Park, Silver Lake Park, Wolf's Pond Park, and heck, even Willowbrook Park, you'll find a turtle. A number of them. I once helped a turtle cross the road not too far from here.